Urukpe hated his sixth finger and had always had one which cut it off and be normal like everyone else in Adaore. But his mother always told him that his extra finger was a gift from the gods, a sign of his destiny. He did not believe her until the day he met the king. A long time ago, somewhere in the eastern part of Nigeria, there lived a boy named Urukpe. Urukpe was different from everyone else in his village, Adaore. He was born with six fingers on each hand, a rare condition he inherited from his father. His mother told him that his father was one of the greatest craftsmen that no one knew. She would always say that, but never say much about his father. Mama, how did Papa died? Where is Papa from? This always caused his mother to cry, and so he decided not to ask any more questions about his father, since the memories he left were painful ones for his mother. He was the one who taught me how to knit beautiful things, despite having extra fingers. Your father's dying wish was for you to knit not only for the people of Adaore, but for the world. My son, I can only teach you what your father taught me, but the true talent lies not in what I teach you, but what you do with those fingers. You are the son of the man who had six fingers. You are a blessing and a light to the people of Adaore. Never let anyone dim your light. His mother got up and entered their hut without saying anything more. Urukpe was confused. Although he understood what his mother said, he still had some questions in his heart. It did not feel like a blessing, nor a light that anyone would bother to dim. He was a confused fellow when it comes to the issue of his father's history. He only hoped that one day he would fulfill his father's wish. Urukpe picked up his pot and went to the river to get water. Hey, the boy with six fingers is here. Everyone please make way for him. Everyone ran out of the way and he filled his pot with water. And on his way, he heard words flying over his ears. Oh, thank God he did not touch me, oh. If not, I would have grown a horn. I heard his father was a wizard who had six horns and six fingers. Indeed, he is his father's son, and maybe tomorrow his horn will grow. They all laughed out loud. Urukpe felt like a curse as he ran home. Ever since he was a child, he had suffered rejection and mockery from many of the people of Adaore. They called him names, monster and a wizard. They avoided him like a plague, and sometimes even threw stones at him. Urukpe wished he was like every other human with five fingers, but the truth stared at him every day as he learned to knit just like his mother. Urukpe hated his sixth finger and had always had one wish: cut it off and be normal like everyone else in Adaore. But his mother always told him that his extra finger was a gift from the gods, a sign of his destiny. He did not believe her until the day he met the king. His mother was the only person who loved him unconditionally. She always encouraged him, comforted him, and protected him. She told him that he was special, talented and destined for greatness. She said that the best gift was from a heart filled with love and not from a hand filled with gold. Everywhere in Adarure was buzzing with life and everyone was busy preparing because one of the biggest events was coming soon. The king of Adaure, Agatu, was celebrating his birthday in a few days. Everyone in Adaure prepared to give the king with their best gifts. They bought gold, silver, jewels, fabrics, spices, animals and many other things. They wanted to impress the king and show their loyalty and admiration. Urukpe did not feel like he had anything worthy a gift for a king, but his mother encouraged him to do his best. She said that the king was a good and wise man who valued sincerity and creativity more than wealth and luxury. She suggested that Urukpe should knit something for the king, something that would reflect his unique skills and personality. Urukpe decided to knit a crown for the king. He thought that a crown would be a fitting symbol of the king's authority and dignity. He also thought that a knitted crown would be different from the usual metal crown that the king already had. He used the finest wool he could find, dyed with natural colors from plants and flowers. He knitted the crown with intricate pattern and design, using his 6 fingers to make complex stitches and knots. The king would never accept such a cheap and ugly gift, some said, and walk away. Others suggested he stayed at home and hide his shame, but Urukpe did not care. He finished his crown and wrapped it carefully. The big day came and everyone gathered at the palace to celebrate the king's birthday. They lined up to present their gifts to the king, who sat on his throne with a smile and a nod. Urukpe felt inferior when he saw the gifts that others brought. He saw gold, silver, jewel, fabrics, spices, animals and many other things. He saw the king's eyes spark and his mouth widen as he received each gift. He felt his own gift was nothing compared to theirs. I do not belong here, he said to himself. He turned to leave and save himself the shame of giving the least gift to the king, but was stopped by a voice. Young man, the party has just begun. Won't you give me the gift you brought for me? Said the king. Urukpe was startled and scared. He did not expect the king to notice him or speak to him. He walked slowly towards the king and said in a low voice, Your Majesty, I have brought you a humble gift. Please forgive me if it's not to your liking. I made it with my own hands, with all my respect and admiration for you. He unwrapped the clothes and revealed the knitted crown and waited for his reaction. The people of Adaure were silent, holding their breaths. They were waiting to see how Urukpe would be punished for his audacity and stupidity. They expected the king to be angry and disgusted. They expected him to throw the crown away and order Urukpe to be whipped and banished. But to their surprise, the king did not do any of those things. Instead, he smiled and asked, Young man, what's your name? Urukpe looked up and said, My name is Urukpe, your majesty. The king nodded and said, Urukpe, That's a beautiful name. It means light, does it not? Urukpe nodded and said, "Yes, your majesty. It was my father's name. He died before I was born." The king asked, "Your father? You mean you are the son of Urukpe? He must have been a great man. And you, Urukpe, you are a great man too. You have a beautiful talent despite having 6 fingers. How did you make such a beautiful crown? Did you knit it yourself?" Urukpe nodded and showed his hands. He said, "Yes, your majesty. I knitted it with my hands. My mother taught me how to knit. She said it was a gift from my father, who also had 6 fingers." The king looked intensely at Urukpe and finally said, "Where is your mother, young man?" The king spoke to his guards and they left. He kept looking keenly at Urukpe until his mother was brought. Urukpe's mother trembled before the king, not knowing the fate that awaits her. The king cleared his throat and with firmness asked, "Who is your husband, woman?" Urukpe's mother, with firmness, said the truth for the first time since her husband died. He is the son of Urukpe, the special craftsman nobody knew. "How did he die?" asked the king with softness in his eyes. Urukpe reached out to his mother's hand as he too wanted to know how his father died. "He was killed by his friend Omokaro. My husband always trusted Omokaro with his craft work, believing he was just acting as a middleman. Omokaro took advantage of my husband's talent and claimed his name. He lied to the people of Adaure that he was the craftsman who knitted all the clothes and other accessories he sold. People from far and near came to him to buy handmade accessories, paying much more than the price he told my husband he sold. My husband did not really care who is known as the craftsman, as long as Omokaro kept his side of the bargain. But all this changed when Omokaro stopped giving my husband any money for his craft work. And when Urukpe decided to start selling his craft work himself, Omokaro killed him so that no one gets to know who the real craftsman was. Hmm, why did you not bring the matter to me, woman? My king, my late husband and I brought the matter to you, but no one believed us. Omokaro made up a nice story just before we arrived at the palace, so we were the ones accused and shamed for trying to steal a man's craft. Hmm, is Omokaro still alive? Asked the king with rage. No, my king. Everywhere was silent and everyone was remorseful for not believing Oke and Urukpe. Taking a deep breath, the king said, "I am deeply sorry for what happened to Urukpe and Oke. I may not be able to turn back the hands of time, but I am glad Urukpe's name has been cleared and is now known to be the real craftsman. One need no evidence to show because Urukpe Jr. has indeed proven he is a son of his father." The king took the crown and placed it on his head. He stood up and embraced Urukpe and said, "You are a light, Urukpe, a light for your family and a light for your king, a light for your village and a light for the world. You have brightened my day. You are welcomed in my palace anytime. And from this day on, you are also my official knitter. You will make more crowns and other things for me and my family. You will be rewarded and respected for your work, and you will never be rejected or mocked. For you are the man with 6 fingers, the man who is loved by the king. The end. So, guys, today the floor is open. Please tell me what you learned, the moral lessons you learned from this story in the comment section. If you enjoy this story, like this story, subscribe to my channel, and also share this story with others. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. See you in my next story. Bye.